Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 32 of my Hyperion progression series. And today we are mostly going to be doing things on my battle mage. There have been some bits of progression that's happened off of recording. I didn't expect some things to happen. I was actually doing a lot of my weeklies at the moment because we just had the reset. And for the most part I'm just trying to get an arcane weapon box. That's just the main thing. I've only done hard wheels so far. When I stopped my recording, I went off and did some of my lower weeklies. And by that I mean, of course, CRA and Zachem and Magnus and whatnot. And I got a Papulatus mark. And this is what I wanted to talk about to start off this video. I haven't really got many super interesting drops yet, other than maybe my black hearts. But this Pap mark is probably one of the weird turns in this series that I kind of didn't expect. And in some cases I didn't want. Because this is one of the best items in the game for a solo progress player. One of the most annoying things is trying to get access to spares of items, and the current item of that slot is this black bean mark. This is what I've been using for the time being. We managed to get it to 20 on the previous 30%, but with this Pap mark now available to us, what we can do with this is we can use a system in the game called transposing and daily called commercy. Now, simply put, commercy is a small part of the game where you are able to get access to Sweetwater items, and you can see here I haven't even started the quest line yet. I really didn't want to touch this because it is an extra daily on top of everything, but now that I actually have a Pap mark, I kind of want to make the most out of this system. And the reason why I want to do it is because the stat difference between the monocle and the black bean mark is quite significant. I had a few people send me their monocles in game, and I have one of them in front of me here. So this person's monocle, thank you to Mickey for linking it to me. This is just a standard 22-star monocle. It hasn't been transposed correctly, actually. It is missing a few points of attack, but you can see here the difference between this and the black bean mark, which I currently have, is relatively significant. You can see the difference in attack power is 40. It is a 22-star monocle, so I probably wouldn't be going for 22, more likely 21, but the difference is still about 30 attack, and the fact that it has high tier potentials as well, it is a 160 item, it makes the stat gain and the attack gain from the Sweetwater monocle significantly better. And I wasn't going to do Sweetwater unless I could transpose the Pap mark, which it took until now to get the drop. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Starting from today, because of this item, I will be doing commercy for as much as I can stomach. It is a direct upgrade to the black bean mark, but yeah, this is going to be something that I'll be working on in the background because it is going to take a while to accumulate all the coins. But if we can get lucky with the monocle and get the transpose off from the Pap mark onto it, it will be one of the strongest items on the character. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about on our character today. Pretty nice drop, but it's sort of a curse as well as a blessing. It is definitely an upgrade, but it will take some time for it to become useful for us. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I did recently level up. I am currently level 272. I took a little bit of time just training, and eventually we got there to level 272. Thanks to the event, we have a lot of 3x coupons, so they make training significantly easier. It gives you a lot of EXP from just doing dailies basically, and gives me a good excuse as well to use my Legion wealths. You can see here I'm slowly chipping at the Legion wealths. I've already used 5 this week, and a few more of the other ones. So it's pretty good. I've been farming a good amount of money. I'm currently sitting at 17 bill, got the level up, and only 3 more levels to go to hit 275. And once we hit 275, we're in a good spot to try to start practicing Black Mage. I don't really want to start practicing unless I get 275, just so then I don't have the damage penalty in Black Mage. So yeah, that's pretty much the start of today's video. I'm going to keep going on and doing some of the rest of my weeklies. I basically am just in guild skill waiting room. I can do each of the bosses with the guild skills pretty comfortably, but I don't really have enough time to do 2 bosses in one guild skill just yet. I think the only ones I could really do are Lotus and Damien right after some of the other weeklies. But for bosses like Slime, V-Hiller, and Darknell, I don't have enough time to do both of them. So let's see if we can get any arcane drops from the rest of the bosses, and after I finish these weeklies, we'll come back and talk about what we're going to do for the rest of the video. I think we are going to be making some good progress in today's video, so yeah, make sure you guys stick around. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt Lucid, and then after Lucid, I'll see if I can do Gloom without the G skills. I think these are the last two bosses that I can possibly attempt without the full duration of the guild skills. Holy shit, guys. We actually got a usable ring. Oh my god, an actual usable special ring. Weapon jump 3s. Yes, we actually got something. Oh my god. Weapon jump 3. Oh my god, I'll take this. 100%. So the reason why we went ahead and did all of our bosses first was to see if we could get an arcane box. Specifically, hopefully a arcane armor box, because I wanted to be able to try to use this Sunny Sunday on it. But because we didn't get anything, we're just going to go with our original plan and try to get as many items to an upgrade star as possible. So here are my equips on at the moment. Because of our new weapon jump upgrade that we got from one of the bosses, I believe it was V-Hiller, we don't have to worry about a 4th stat ring anymore. So this is what our equipment slots are going to be looking like for the time being. I want to try to push some stars on the current items that I have at the moment. This is my stats at the moment. With Maple Warrior, I am just a little bit under 44k, and I'm at a little bit under 60 mil combat power. Originally it was at 60 mil, but because we are using the weapon jump, it is taking away from our combat power, but I can promise you that this weapon jump 3 is a significant upgrade over the Carnage Treasure. Today I have a little bit over 22 bill to go through, and I am going to use this 5, 10, 15 to work on items that I typically would safeguard. That's the main benefit from 5, 10, 15, is being able to get that 15 to 16 basically for free, and we get to work on basically tapping everything with a free style of safeguard. So for today, I'm actually going to start off with the Twilight Mark. I'm going to see if I can get this to 21. That's the first item I want to try, and we'll see how much money that takes, or if it even goes. If it doesn't go, and I only have a few spares left, I might settle on 19. 19 is a pretty safe start, I think. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Unfortunately, we blew up, I think, 3 of them so far. Oh, actually 4, including the one that I started off with. With only 2 spares left, including the one I currently have. I might just settle on 19 if this one can make it to 19. I don't think I'll be able to get a 21. Very unfortunate, because one of them did make it to 20, but it blew up on the first try, 20 to 21. So I'll see if I can get this one to 19. If it does blow up, then we'll have to settle back for 17. That was the last Twilight mark that we could work with. So unfortunately for this one, I have to settle at 17. Bit rough. I think we blew up, by the looks of it, 5 Twilight marks. We managed to see 20 once and 18 a bunch of times, but it looked like most of them blew up on the way to 17. Bit expensive too, unfortunately. We managed to spend about 10 bill, actually a little bit more than 10 bill, and didn't make any progress on the Twilight mark, but that's okay. Considering how lucky we were on 30%, I think this is a pretty fair balancer. So there we go, back to 17 Twilight. Bit unlucky, but that's okay. I think because we are doing Lucid and Will pretty consistently every week, these will come back eventually. So I'm not too fussed about this spot. Now the question is, which of the items I'm going to work on next? I don't really want to tap something that I don't have too many spares of. I think what I might try to do is actually work on this Carnage treasure. Because this is currently a stat ring that I'm not using, because I'm using the Slime ring, the Superior ring, and the Reinforce ring. This Carnage treasure isn't actually that useful for me right now. I think I might try to get this to 19 first, and see how we go. Considering how I am pretty set on my rings at the moment, I can probably get away with tapping this without Safeguard. I won't be using this unless it's either 19 or 21, so we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully this one will be a bit luckier than the Twilight mark. Okay, we managed to get the Carnage treasure to 19, which is a pretty good stopping point for the time being, before I decided what else to do. I really just wanted to make this a little bit better than my Reinforce ring. The problem with the Reinforce ring is, even though it is technically a good ring, it does cost us Golex coins to work on. And I don't really want to worry too much about Golex items right now, because it does cost a good amount of coins to replace if it does blow up. So I'm just going to hold on to this 17 star Golex ring for the time being. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a separate Carnage treasure to try to send. I also have these Meister rings as well. And if any of these manage to hit 21, I'll work back on this Carnage treasure. Because the stats between the Meister ring and the Carnage treasure are the same, I'm kind of treating them as the same spot right now. And yeah, we'll just see how that goes. We'll see if any of these can get to 21. If it does get to 21, like I said, I'll come back for this 19 and then see if I can use that for fodder. We'll see if we can get lucky on any of these rings. Wow, we actually managed to hit 21 star on our Carnage treasure. This spare one that we have is currently sitting at 21, which is really nice. This is a direct gain, I believe, over our current one. Yeah, pretty much a direct gain. Once it has a potential, it definitely beats out our current Carnage treasure. So this is a really nice gain, and I pretty much can come back to this current one that I'm using. I'm not going to fuss too much about the potential because it's just on unique. It's only 18, so it's relatively easy to replace. If we can get this to 21 as well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can transfer it over to a new Superior Golex ring, and then try to get that one to 21. That's the plan with all these spare rings. But yeah, our Twilight mark didn't go, but this Carnage treasure went really quickly to 21, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, let's try go for this 19 one and see if this one can also get to 21. We have 4 rings here and another 4 Meister rings, so we have about 8 tries. I think though, realistically, I'm going to run out of money before I get to go through all these fodders. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. Unfortunately, that was all of our Carnage treasures. I don't think I have any more of them in my inventory. So it looks like if we want to try for the Superior Golix fodder, we'll be using these Meister rings, which is fine. These ones are pretty okay to craft. I've been training a lot more, so I've been getting a lot more of the Grand Spell essences that you need to train these, and because of the new quality of life update, we don't actually have to worry about decay to craft these anymore. So these are going to be pretty good fodder, and yeah, hopefully one of these hits. Even though we did run out of these Carnage treasures, the fact that we actually walked out with 121 star Carnage treasure is a pretty good win for this account already. For all these random items, having just completed items just feels really nice. So yeah, we'll see if this Meister ring can make it. Nice, we managed to get 21 on this Meister ring really quickly. Now there's only one thing left to do for this ring, and we're going to transfer it over onto a brand new Superior Golix ring, and we're going to hope that we can stick the landing on the 21 star on that ring. Because it is a Golix item, we can only buy one of these a week, and if this doesn't stick, unfortunately I won't be able to try again until another event. Although I don't think I have enough money to even get it back to 21 in the first place. So I'm just going to go back into the guild room and yeah, see if we can get this last star on the Superior Golix ring. Yes, we managed to get it. Yes. Alright. It looked a bit rough on the Twilight mark, I won't lie. I was trying to not be too disappointed on the Twilight marks. We went through so many of them. We went through like 5 or 6 of them. But it's okay, I take this trade 100%. We managed to 21 star our Superior Golix ring. This is so many coins saved because now I only have one item left to do for Superior, and that is going to be the pendant. This is going to take a while, I won't lie. The Superior Golix pendant is going to take a while because it will be fodded into. I don't see myself tapping it into it straight. But getting this Golix ring done, we're 3 out of 4 done. And considering we also have this 21 Carnage treasure, I'm so happy. Like, just with no pot, it beats out our current Superior ring, so yes, this is such a big win for the account. 2 items done, and we walk away with not worrying about our rings ever again. I don't need to craft Meister rings again for the most part. I don't have to care about the drop rate on Carnage treasure. I only really need to hope for Twilight mark drops, and they drop reasonably well. So yeah, there we go, 2 more items done on this account. I also went ahead and 16 starred my Papulatus mark. This is just in preparation for it eventually being transposed into a monocle. Because it is a 5, 10, 15, I figured getting the 15 to 16 star for free was a pretty good deal. So yeah, that I think is going to be all the star forcing I'm going to do on my Battle Mage. I'm just so stoked that we finished 2 items. We got our Carnage treasure and our Superior Golix ring done to 21. And both these items we don't have to think about for quite some time. We could also technically use the coins and use the spare rings to fodder into a slime ring. It is a tactic, but I don't even have any spares of this, so I'm not going to bother, like, at all. But yeah, that is such a win. We are almost done on a lot of our items. We just need to hope for 2 more pendants, 1 more ring, and the Twilight mark left to do to get to 21 in terms of our non-arcanes. I haven't got any spares of the arcanes, so I don't really want to touch them. I do have a staff that I could try to tap, but given the amount of money that I have, I'm not really keen on tapping arcanes just yet. I think I would rather spend the money and try to get these rings to Legendary, which is what I'm going to do. We spent a total of about 19 bill today, got 2 21s. I think that's pretty okay. I'm happy with that. Considering the 2 items that we finished were relatively annoying ones, I think that is a really solid win. I'm going to spend the rest of my money trying to get these new 2 items to Legendary and see if we can get them to be usable. And there we go, we finished up both of the items. We managed to get our Carnage treasure to 18% int, 21 star, and our Superior Golix ring also to 18% int, 21 star. Very nice item upgrades for this character. I'm super happy with it. I was, again, kind of sad that with the Twilight marks. Maybe I could have considered settling at 19 the first time it went to 19, but I don't think I saw 19 very much after the first time it went to 20. But yeah, I can't be too sad about it. We managed to finish 2 relatively annoying items, which is really nice. And having to not worry about another 2 items is just a really good feeling overall. I did take some money off of my mechanic. I was trying to keep the money on that character by itself, but I just really wanted to finish up all of these items. And yeah, let's finally have a look at our stats and combat power. I believe we're about 44k stat and about 58 million combat power. I think we gained a good amount of combat power here at 62 mil. My int is a bit lower because I believe I had Maple Warrior on originally. So with Maple Warrior on, we've gained about 400 stat, which is pretty much expected. Star Forcing doesn't really increase your stat too much, and the potentials basically they stayed the same. If anything, I lost 3% int from my previous ring in terms of a potential. And I also lost another 3% from the reinforced ring technically. So it's a pretty even trade in terms of stat, but in terms of damage, it is definitely a huge increase. And for the account, this is just a huge step in that direction as well. Super happy with these gains, and yeah, can't really complain. Started off shaky, but finished strong with these 2 items. Just to finish up this video, I'm going to do a little bit of star forcing on my mechanic. Again, it is 5, 10, 15, so this is just kind of 3 stars for this character. I'm going to see how many items I can get to 16. I don't think 1.5 bill is very much to go much further than 16. Even 17 might be a bit greedy. This character has a lot of random items at 10 to 12, so could be pretty good gains on this mechanic. And I think this would be a good way to end the video. I'm probably just going to go around in a circle and see which items I can get. I think I should probably start with the cheaper ones just to see how many items we can get to 16. The mechanic is currently sitting at just under 3 mil combat power and at about 10k stat, 10.5k stat, and we'll see what upgrades this character can make. And there we go, we're completely out of money on this account. I believe my battle mesh has literally 0 because it put everything back into the mechanic, and my mechanic is sitting on 6 mil. So we are actually completely out of money on this account, but I think it was a very good spending spree. The mechanic actually managed to get 5 16 stars, which is pretty good for 1.5 bill, I'd say. The character's a good amount stronger, gained about 300 stat and gained about 400k on the combat power. Very, very nice gains, and these 16 stars are very valuable for mules. They give you attack on the 15 to 16 star, and it's free to tap to that 16 star on this current event. Very happy with the progress that both the characters have made. And with that, I think that will be the end of this video. I want to be trying to do more videos and maybe more uploads throughout the week, but that would entail that the videos are going to be a bit shorter. There'll be more updates from me, but it will just be shorter videos in the meantime. There's not many things more that I can show at the moment, but I wanted to share this Star Forcing event with you guys, and yeah, we made some pretty good gains across 2 of the characters. I'm really happy with the fact that I have 2 completed items from this event, almost 3. We almost managed to get the 21 Twilight mark, but yeah, a bit unlucky on the spares, but that's okay. Hopefully in the next Star Forcing event we'll have a bunch more money. The main reason why I kind of had trouble with the money was because we had to buy the rest of our arcane pieces, but now I won't have the droplet sync anymore. I don't see myself buying any more arcane pieces anytime soon, and will probably only be Star Forcing them once I have some spares, if I see them drop. So a lot of the gold sync for us is now done. Thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying my progression series so far, and if you are, please let me know what you think in the comments. I do enjoy reading them, and yeah, hopefully I'll have more videos more frequently for you guys now that I'm working on 2 characters instead of 1, and hopefully you guys will still be enjoying my updates. Thank you guys again, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next part.